One of the things I think you've done very well from a short time being here is build an amazing company culture. Because last time I was here, I was with Humphrey Yang, and we were walking out with some of the team, and he was asking some really funny questions, which I thought were funny, which was, what credit cards do you guys have? And the response they had was, we don't believe in credit cards here. And he responded with, you're telling me that out of the 1,100 employees you have here at Ramsey Solutions, no one has a credit card. And they responded very firmly saying, we don't believe in credit cards at Ramsey Solutions. And I'm sitting here listening to this as just a viewer saying, wow, like that is obviously you live by what you teach.
Well, we don't believe in them, but we also don't check their wallets. I can't authoritatively say not a single person here does. But we try not to hire people who are hypocrites.
But exactly, but you're having a team culture of, we believe.
We have a whole program called Walk the Talk. If we're going to say we're this, we ought to be this. Because otherwise you're just a liar, And so you ought to be who you is.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to do that, it's okay. But this is who we are. And you when you go lease a car and you work here, the car dealer's going to tell everybody.
Oh yeah.
That guy over at Ramsey did this, and they don't really believe what they teach, and so the whole thing's a fraud. It's snake oil. I knew it. And and we've had people do stuff like that over the years. So we don't police. We just try to teach the adults, not the children. We don't have children. The adults that are here, that it's inconsistent. And so it makes you look hypocritical. It makes us look bad. It diminishes our ability to influence someone because we're no longer trustworthy because we're hypocritical. And so, if you want to go do all that stuff, you probably don't want to work here because you really don't believe in what we do.
Yeah.
And so it's that kind of encouragement. But we've never done a wallet check to make sure that everybody doesn't have a credit card. We're not that controlling.
My team was walking in asking, do we have to check in our credit cards on the way to the studio?
No. I got lots of friends that do all kinds of stuff. It's okay.
How do you teach that company culture, and how important has that been for your success here at Ramsey Solutions? Just even without necessarily the credit cards, just whatever the culture is here at the company for your brand.
It starts with hiring. You need to be very clear with someone who's considering joining the team that this is who we are. Do you want to be a we? Because when you're signing up, this is what you're going to do. If you sign up for the Navy, you better expect to wear some blue.
Yeah.
If you sign up for the Army, you better expect to wear some green. If you sign up for this is what we're due.
Right.
And so I don't want you to come here and be disillusioned. You should know on the front end. And so a lot of people self-select out in the interview process before they come. Because they go, oh, you people are nuts over there. And, that's fine. That's cool. But we're our own little brand of nuts. So you need to know that. And you're joining a we. We're French. We. Do you want to be a we? We do it this way. We don't do, for instance, gossip inside the organization. That's a core value. If you're going to talk bad about somebody, you need to talk to them or to leadership. But if you talk to someone else about it, we'll fire you. Because we're not going to have a bunch of people sitting around talking. And we onboarded 8 people this morning or yesterday, and they're in the onboarding stuff. So I had breakfast with my son, the president, this morning. Then I went up, sat in the onboarding for a few minutes and answered questions for the new people coming in. It's fun to hang out with them. And I told them, I said, one lady said, so how is it that you do this? She was kind of asking the same thing. I said, well, one thing is drama inside a business. You can't get stuff done. Everybody's saying, everybody's talking about everybody. There's all this other stuff going on instead of actually doing your freaking work. It's debilitating to a business. It's impractical. And so every time crazy got in our building, and crazy will screw up stuff. So every time crazy got in our building, we figured out what door they use. We put a lock on that door. And so it's like, how did you get through the interview process? Because you are nuts, And how did you get through the interview process? Because you perpendicular to belief system to everything we have in this building. You completely shouldn't be here. How did we get you in here? How dumb are we that we let you in here? And so we look at that. We do an autopsy when something goes wrong on the patient, and we say, all right, and we add that step to the interview process and say, okay, we did not talk about that, so they thought it was okay, and it's not okay. And so we talk about it in the interview process. So our interview process is brutal.
Really?
It's like getting on with the freaking FBI or something, man. So And that way it keeps crazy out of the building. I'd rather find out that they're crazy or drama or they're not aligned or whatever phrase you want to use before they're on the payroll.
So how do you determine if someone's crazy beforehand or going to
You spend a lot of time with them.
Oh.
It'll come out. And we laughingly say, one old guy said, you can't win the Kentucky Derby with a donkey. You need a thoroughbred. And so what we're looking for is thoroughbreds. And if you spend enough, because people dress up like a thoroughbred for the interview, and they come in acting all thoroughbred. But if you spend enough time with them, they'll eventually go, yeah, and you go, oh, I heard that. It'll slip out if you listen and spend time with different leaders. And, so we're not abusive, but we also want it's best for the person.
Right.
The person doesn't want to be here if they're not going to. You don't want to come into a place and fail.
Of course. That's
horrible. So it's not a gift to them to let them get by with it. Because some people just want a job, No, that's not. We don't need JOBs done. We're on crusade. So anyway, we spend a lot of time on the hire. We reinforce with each other all the time. Staff meeting, we'll talk about the things, who we are, what we do. This is who we are. 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 I remind them every Monday morning that this place is inordinately blessed. We have been unbelievably touched and prospered. And we weren't blessed just to be hedonists, just to receive. We're blessed so that we can be a blessing. This place exists for the people that are not here. Oh. And so your job is to serve. Your job is to find someone that's hurting and scared like I was and go help them. That's your job. If you're writing a line of code, if you're doing a piece of creative, if you're in shipping and you ship a total money makeover book, you're just not a book shipper. You're sending out hope, dude. And if you can't get all into that, you need to go somewhere else, because this is what we do here. And it's like a pep rally all the time to remind people, because you forget that this is important.
So when somebody joins the team, then how long is the onboarding to learn the values? Because maybe they don't know necessarily the baby steps fully when they join, or are they required to know before?
No. We have a 5-day onboarding, and that's mainly about stuff inside the company and operational, and so you know what goes where, where the bathroom is and all that. And we put people through Financial Peace University in the first 90 days they're here. That's mandatory. And that's just like an indoctrination, if you will, or a training program. This is so the products.
Right.
Because a lot of them are encompassed in those 9 lessons. And kind of the financial principles, if you will. And in the old days, when we would do a live event, at some point in your first year, you had to go help us at a live event, set up chairs, do stuff, because you see the people then. And you get to have contact with humans that are
showing the mission and impact.
Yeah, and showing the impact. And it's really exciting. We don't get to do that anymore because we've grown too much. Yeah. And, you can't just take people all the time to these live events. But it was a cool way to inform people of what was going on. And then it's just osmosis after that. You're just in the midst of a positive peer pressure environment, and people they'll line up, or they'll quickly say, I made a mistake.
If you enjoyed this clip and you want to watch the entire conversation, all you got to do is click that button right over there. And for those of you who want to stay up to date on the top finance and business news, you can join Market Briefs, my free financial newsletter, by clicking that button below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.